your silence.
Bring your honor, bring your shame, all your madness I will tame. Won't you lay down your guard?
Shed your silence and unpack your heart. Woo! Okay. Okay. We're competing with Jason Mraz. Great. So, unpack your heart. Are you ready to do that? Oh, wow. It's like dead silence. It's like, no. Are you ready to unpack your heart? I mean, thank you. Isn't that really why we come here? To open our hearts and check in and see what's going on? Okay, I know you are. Who's here for the first time today? Stand up if you would for a second. So tell everybody your name. This is Laura. Laura is a Reiki master. I think you're sitting around a bunch of Reiki masters too. Yes. And what do you want to get today? Connection and community. Well, welcome, and thank you for coming and bringing your consciousness to this room, because it adds a vibration when you walk in here. And we have a gift for you. It's one of my books. Please feel free to read it and live it. And thanks for joining us. Yes. So we come together as a spiritual community to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? What did you say? What did you just say? You didn't say anything. So why do you come here? Go ahead. I love that you're laughing. Why are you guys here? To remember who we are, to connect with who we are. And because you had breakfast in time to get here. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, they told me that. Yes. We had breakfast early, so we came. Yeah. So I have a couple things to show you. Swan. Oh, you know what? I'll do these, Swan. Let me see if this works. Yes. So I've been working with this thing on what do we believe? What does New Thought believe? What does New Thought teach? So take a look at these. The first one is consciousness is the allness of being. How's that sound? Does that sound like clinical to you? Does it sound? Do you get what it means? So consciousness is the all. Sue Ellen's like, nope, no idea what the hell that says. Consciousness is the allness of being. So in quantum science, consciousness is not a word. Just to be clear, they do not like the word consciousness. They don't use it. They don't argue for it. But many people have left quantum science to step into quantum metaphysics because they basically say there is something behind everything. There is something behind all of life that initiates it, that moves it. We understand that that is consciousness, and that's how we describe it. But if consciousness is the allness of being, what else do we say is the allness of being? God. You know, I got to tell you, God really has gotten a terrible rap over these years, don't you think? God has really gotten a terrible rap. And I thought about this. You know, there was a time when the earth was considered flat, right? Some people still believe that. Did you know that? You can go online and find the community that still thinks the world is flat. Anyway, so they believed the world was flat. And so it gave the world, the earth, a bad name. But nobody stopped calling it earth. Nobody said, oh, this earth thing, forget it. We're not doing earth anymore, when it was understood that it was round. So maybe we did think God was this judging, condemning, dark energy that was making us all subservient, and we had to somehow be worthy of God's love. Maybe that is when the world was flat. But the world is round now. And God is the consciousness that is the allness of being. So I'm bringing God back, and I'm not going to be afraid of saying God anymore, because you all know what I mean by the word God, yes? It's not that the earth is flat. It's that God is a loving, vibrational energy, and it's the allness of being, and it's back of everything. Go to the second one. God is present and active in everyone and everything. I learned this in the Baltimore Catechism in Catholic grade school. Did anybody else go to Catholic grade school? Do you remember the Baltimore Catechism? One of the first things they ask you when you're 6 years old, you're sitting in a room with a nun that looks like a penguin who's very scary, and she says, "Where is God?" And you all had to read on your little book, your little green book, and it was like, God is everywhere. Isn't that what we're saying today? So basically, that nun got it right. The Catholic Church was teaching these principles and then adding a lot of other stuff along the way. So God is present and active in everyone and everything. And then the most important part, individual mind creates individual lives. So just to be clear, we live in this universal energy, a universal energy, if it's the allness of being, and out of that allness of being comes Reverend Dr. Karen Oxrider, individuated as her. So Karen is not just this little speck of dust in this planet. Karen is all of this individuated as Karen. That's what this means. However, individual mind, which is what Karen is, individual mind creates individual lives. So Karen, Dr. Karen sits here having created an amazing life for herself out of everything she knows and everything she is, right? Pretty clear, pretty simple. And you all get to do that. So this is what we teach here at this center. Consciousness is the allness of being. God is present in everyone and everything, and your individual mind creates the individual life you get to live. How does everybody feel about that? Is that good? You all good with that? Anybody have a question about any of that? Okay, excellent. So then let's go to this, our vision statement. Our vision statement is what? Does that go along with all of that? Sure. Because if consciousness is the allness of being, consciousness is also love only. That's what it is. It has no personality. It doesn't care. It's not personal. It doesn't take anything you do personally. You can do the worst thing in the world, and it just goes, oh, well, now you get to live the result of that. That's it. Whether you do something amazing or something less than amazing. So love only. Forgive everything. How are you doing with that? Yesterday in Palm Springs, when I asked that question, I asked everybody, and you know I'm going to do it today too. So who thinks that of these three things, which is the hardest? Who thinks that love only is the hardest of the three? One person, Aaron Tenner. Okay, and you know what's funny? There was only one person yesterday that said it too. Yeah. Who thinks that forgive everything is the hardest of the three? And that's what happened yesterday. Okay, and who thinks that remember who you are is the hardest? Right, so 3, 2, 1. The hardest one for most people is forgive everything. The next hardest is to remember who you are. And the one that seems to be really catching on, that people are having a good time with, is love only. So if it's love only, forgive everything, remember who you are, obviously you know which one you need to work on. You know the one that you have the most trouble with. And basically, when you do that and you figure out which one you're having the most trouble with, back it up, and you're going to find some core beliefs that cause it to be triggering, that cause it to be hard. Okay, and then our mission statement, which is? Do it now. So everybody take a deep breath. Robbie? Carol, come on up. So I want you all to take a deep breath in. This is one of my favorite songs with one of my favorite singers. So if God is the Phantom of the Opera, so if God is the allness of being, then God is also light. It is that energy, that vibration, that pure source from within that builds up and moves through you and asks you, what is on your mind? What do you want to bring to me today? So just breathe deeply and listen.
My family said, I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. The things that cause me pain, or any of the things that bring me shame. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. I am light. Sing it with me, y'all. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yes, you are. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside, ooh, is light. All light. Ooh, I am light. Yes. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am divinity divine. I am a God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Carol Hatchett.
Give it up for the band, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Beautiful.
How do you feel? Feel good? Light. Right. Okay. So, next up is our monthly theme for May. A lot of you don't know what it is because you would have, because it would have come out in the e-blast. But Brent didn't realize he was supposed to put the new one in, even if it's like middle of the week. But maybe we'll change that. And I'll just say, no, let's always wait till Sunday to say it. So, but I'm still not going to tell you yet until I bring up our guest today. Please welcome Diana Wentworth. Got you. There we go. Oh, got you. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
1, 2. Now it is.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thank you for asking.
So because I know what our theme is, I'm not going to say it yet, but you have something happening. And so Karen, can you tell me that quote? Hand me that. Oh, you wrote it out. You're so great.
It was
So
perfect.
right? Wasn't it perfect?
Perfect.
So Karen this morning in meditation read a Meister Eckhart quote. I welled up with tears as soon as she read it. And it's this. And suddenly you knew it's time to start something and trust the magic of new beginnings. Let me read it again. And suddenly you knew it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings. I loved that concept. I loved that idea that suddenly something comes up, some spark comes up, and you're just like, oh my God, I got to do this. When I was, I just become a minister, and I promised Kevin I wasn't going to have a church. I promised him that I was not going to really get involved in this whole thing because I was an actor and a writer and a director, and we were doing great. And I'm sitting at a Silomar, and I'm watching this guy speaking, and this like lightning bolt hit me, and I looked up and I was like, oh my God, I have to open a church. I need to be doing this every week. And I called him on the way home from a Silomar. It was not a pleasant conversation. And I said, I'm going to open a church. I think it was something like over my dead body or something. But basically he said, James, you will ruin every Sunday for the rest of our lives. Every weekend for the rest of our lives. And it has.
Terrible.
And it's been terrible, just terrible. So, but you said to me this week that there's something happening with you. Can I put up the slide?
Yes, please.
Oh, I will do it. There it is. So tell us.
Well, maybe 25 years ago, I was invited to do a workshop for the Unity Regional Conference in Florida, and I came up with this title. And I began exploring the effect of art upon us and how everything is art, how music is art, how the music that you supply here every week just transforms us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just began to really explore the seasons and how they affect us, and how I've kept these, what I call illuminated journals for many years. My daughter and stepdaughter insist that I keep them in a suitcase by the car in case there's a national emergency, because there have been 20 years of these journals in which I've pasted pictures and my writings and people's autographs and quotes and ticket stubs and how I was feeling about them. So I've been curating my life all these many years. I love that word, curating.
I do too.
And so it led to something that was so extraordinary. The feedback from that particular workshop was just so great. But I realize now, looking back, that 25 years, it's been gestating all this time, this whole concept. It was very deep and very
And
complete.
suddenly you know
And
it's
suddenly
time to
I
start
knew
something new.
that this is the time for it.
Yeah.
And one of our members actually made me this wonderful wrap.
It's
Isn't this
beautiful.
amazing?
Wait, what are these?
The paint tubes.
Oh my God, they're paint tubes.
And these are splotches of color.
That
So it
is
goes with-
fabulous.
Goes with the whole.
I would wear that,
You would? With what? What would you have, a turtleneck or what?
my bathing suit.
Your baby.
Yeah. No, kidding. Go on.
So there's just so many pieces about it. back in the 14th century, all paintings were flat. They were just two-dimensional, you know. And then all of a sudden, here came this artist named Giotto di Bordone, and he introduced perspective. And all of a sudden, paintings had depth and emotion and tears and humanity. And people could now stand in front of a painting and cry because they recognized themselves. And I love that so much. Remember the magic dot phenomenon? We'd go in the malls and there'd be these posters with all these dots, and everybody would be staring at them, and they'd be working really hard to stare at these dots. But what happened, and if somebody would explain it to you, you had to stand there, you had to expand your vision. You had to go into your peripheral vision, you had to relax. And then all of a sudden, this thing before you became a three-dimensional thing where you would see dolphins playing or nature.
Really? I don't remember that.
You don't remember this?
No.
Oh, I have a book of it. You can get a book on Amazon on the magic dot. There's so much fun because you have to look at these dots, but you don't realize that there's something much more going on.
Wow.
And so what I've realized in the 25 years since I did that workshop is that with aging, we have an opportunity to see things anew. And so maybe 3 years ago, before Alexi and I moved in together, I got rid of almost 90% of my stuff. I saved all my illuminated journals, but I kept the things that had meaning. And that became really important. So I really believe that in everything we do, we can be artful. And we can appreciate, we can see beyond the surface, we can explore our life, we can start commemorating it in all different ways. We have different ways of expressing art. Everybody is so differently talented. You know?
Will this be a new book?
No, I'll tell you what
Tell me what it is.
It's a vision being born right now.
Right. It's on your Substack, right?
Yes, I launched my Substack this week.
Right.
And if you go to my website, there's a place there to subscribe. It's free. Everything I'm doing is free right now. Even counseling. You know, I'm just having so much fun. So it's going to be, I want to do a 3-hour workshop again because that went over so well. And I know that works. I want to do...
Well, there's a beautiful space here for you to do that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
And or I could do a 6-week Zoom course taking the seasons into and really having people with journals sit down and really ask themselves what I call quantum questions. You know, what was the real meaning behind this? What effect did this have? What was born in me because of this tragedy? And we begin to see that there's so much more to our life than we've ever given credit to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was sharing yesterday about, I did a conference yesterday. I did the New Thought Canada conference. I was on satellite. And there was a little exercise I did with them, which was to take something in their life and something that means something to them and rethink it in another way.
Yes.
And I gave them about 5 minutes, and when it was done, and I asked for feedback, people were like, I feel better about it, but I still know it hasn't changed it because it's still there. And I said, but that's because you're still living from a Newtonian worldview, where you're believing everything is tactile, everything is real. But in the quantum worldview, you just shifted that.
Yes.
Because it's all about your experience of it, as you're saying.
Exactly.
It's how do you experience it. So I can go back to something painful and experience it a very different way.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Does it change what happened in my perspective about the past? No, but it's never about the past. It's always just about the present.
And the quantum is right there.
Yeah, and it's
wanting
not timely.
to play. It wants to play.
Yeah.
But we forget to ask. We forget to request. Show me the beauty of this day.
Yeah, I have this friend that says to me all the time, when I'm sharing something that's going on in my life, he's like, what you need to ask is, what is this asking of me?
Yes.
Not like, what I get out of this, what am I learning from this, but what is this asking of me? Oh, it gives me goosebumps. Because that's what I do now.
Yeah.
Everything that happens, it's like, what is this asking of me?
You.
And the answers that come are just, if you get quiet enough to listen. I love this. Your life as a
a
work of art.
And there's a quote, you know, I memorize poetry by heart and use them as mantras. But one of my favorite poets is Mary Oliver. And she so looked at the world, you know, as a work of art and would have conversations with bugs and butterflies and everything else. But she has this one poem in which she says, my life is my work. And she says, are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished.
That is beautiful.
I know.
Oh my God. That is so beautiful. Well,
I'm astonished.
as it turns out, so you know what our theme is for the month.
I do.
Shall we show them?
Yes, let's
Let's
show.
do it. Transformation. Who would like to transform this month?
Yes, yes.
That was so fast, Pavel.
Let's
It's
all
like,
do it.
Yes. Right. Could you say that poem again?
Yes. My life is my work. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep in mind what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished.
So, that's what this month is going to be about.
Yeah, great. I'm so excited.
Standing still and allowing the transformation to happen by being astonished and being excited and being
Yeah,
surprised by the world around us. Instead of thinking we know it,
yeah.
instead of being so sure what we know, I'm going to go back to I know nothing. Now what can I know?
Right.
Right?
And see things with new eyes.
Totally. New eyes. So here's our affirmation. Oh, that's it right there. Here's our affirmation. Tell them what it is, Diane. What is behind door number 2?
I surrender to my deepest transformation.
How's that sound, everybody? So this is a month of surrender, being willing to surrender to the stillness and being astonished. Yeah. So let's say that together, shall we? Do you want them standing or seated?
Oh, standing. And dancing, preferably.
And dancing preferably. There we go. Okay, Pavel. Okay, shall we?
Yeah.
I surrender to my deepest transformation. Now just take that for a second. Close your eyes. Now let's say it again with your eyes closed. And let's say it to our hearts, to our souls, to our being. I surrender to my deepest transformation. Thank you, everyone. You can be seated. And let's give it up for Diane Wentworth. Thank you so much. Oh my God. This was wonderful. Oh my God, this was wonderful. Perfect. Whose mic is this? Oh, it's Mindy's. Okay. So you are all in for a treat. Not surprising. There we go. My husband is a very humble singer, actor. He truly is. And yet, he probably has one of the most remarkable singing voices I've ever heard. It's really annoying. But at any time of day or night, he can just sing. It's like his vocal cords are made of lead. Nothing affects him. The funny part was that when we met, I was starring as Candide in this big production of Candide, and Kevin was not my understudy, but when I hurt my back, they went to him and said, "You're going to need to understudy him and probably go on." And Kevin did everything in his power to make sure I never missed a performance. The truth is, now I wish I had missed a performance just to have seen what he would have done as Candide. So today, he's going to sing for us a song from Rodgers and Hammerstein's great musical, Carousel. Please welcome Kevin Bailey.
So, in the spirit of transformation, this beautiful song, which I'm fairly certain the great majority of you know and have heard in different capacities, maybe in the musical itself. When James asked me to sing it, because a friend of ours couldn't be here with us today, I was like, all right, let's make this song fit our theme and make it indeed transformational. So I want it to be, first and foremost, a lullaby for your heart. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on
He does that every day around the house. So, the title of my talk today is, Are We Ever Alone? One of the biggest problems in the world right now, if you look it up, is that people are feeling more and more alone. People are feeling more and more isolated. They are feeling more distant. People are feeling disconnected to life itself, to churches, to God, to their fellow man, to one another. And this disconnect, this feeling of aloneness is truly a manufactured feeling for our time. It is something that is completely made up, the idea of being alone. Because if you look at this world in an understanding of the quantum worldview, you would know and understand that everyone is connected. No one could ever possibly be alone, no matter where they went. If Craig Lincoln walked out of here, got in his car, drove away, alone in his car, he wouldn't be alone. He'd still be connected to every fiber, every cell of the entire universe that was entangled together in order to create this thing called life. And even if he went home and went into his new house and no one was there but him, he would not be alone, because he would still be breathing the air that we are all breathing. He would still be feeling the energy all around him, that life is constantly moving and swirling and expanding. And yes, transforming. And yet, Craig Lincoln could still feel alone. And many of you have moments, perhaps, when you feel alone, when something comes up and you just feel like no one could possibly understand you. And yet, what you're feeling is nothing but the result of how you are using your mind. Feelings are not arbitrary. They don't just happen to you. Feelings are connected to thoughts that are connected to beliefs that are connected to worldviews, your AEPs. And yet there's something behind all of it. I talked about at the beginning of service. There's something behind all of it that connects all of us together. So this month of transformation, what I'm really looking to do for myself, and the reason the affirmation is I am going to quiet myself to the deepest level of transformation, is to find that place in me where I am completely connected, where I recognize that I am connected to everyone and everything. I am connected to what is going on in Ukraine. I am connected to the bombs that are dropping in Iran. I am connected to the homeless in my own country, my own state, my own city. I am connected to all of it. The idea of being alone, unfortunately, is something that we've made up for ourselves. And frankly, it's kind of an escape. Oh, God, I feel so alone. I'm alone. No, you're not. But you're acting as though you are. The transformation that needs to take place, I believe, on this planet, and certainly within me, is an understanding of who I am at the deepest level. Because what we teach here is that you are all of it, that you are the entire universe. And we usually come from the perspective of you are infinite possibility waiting to happen, and that possibility is just waiting for you, Pavel, to say yes to it. It's something bubbling up inside of you. What do you want to make of me? What do you want to do with me? That's that infinite field of pure potentiality that I am, that before it became Karen Oxrider was just waiting for someone to say yes, someone to take it and make it into something, make it into a life, a work of art. For someone to be astonished by the possibility of what life could be. Well, I have to tell you, that astonishment cannot be, I'm all alone. It just can't be. That astonishment is, I am all of this. I am all of this. Not just a part of it, not just a piece of it, not just a particle of it, not just a little worm in the dust. I am all of this. Now, what do I want to do? And I'm not alone. I'm Eric Overholzer. One, I am every person on this planet. Think about this. What if every person on this planet was yours to work with? Every person. What if everyone knew who they were at such a deep level that there couldn't possibly be a war? Because we all know who we are. If we all know who we are, life would transform. That's the transformation I'm looking for. And by the way, it has to start within yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this, the currents of the universal being circulate through me. I am part or particle of God. Now look at the beginning of this. The currents of the universal being circulate through me. This whole universe is circulating through you. And you get to decide what part of it you're going to pay attention to. So my question to you today is, what have you been paying attention to? I mean, what have you been paying attention to in your life? You just came back from a very exciting and challenging and crazy trip, right? Right. So what are you going to pay attention to about that at the end of the day? You don't need to answer it. But whatever it is she decides to, she was off singing with John Baptiste, right? John Baptiste, yes. So whatever you decide to focus on about that, that's the energy of your life. That's the vibration that's going to come of that. I know you all have different stories. You've all done different things in the last week, month, year, lifetime. What are you going to make of it? Because the currents of the universal being are circulating through you right now, asking you, what do you want to make of this? Tiffany Milne, what do you want to make of this life you are creating? You have so many ideas, so many thoughts, so many expanded ideas of who you could be. And the universe is saying, okay, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? And so many of us take the safety side of it, take the easier way and say, well, I'm good with this. This is good. But the universe is saying, but oh my God, there is something else. And we're like, I know, but I'm kind of comfortable. So I'm here to get you uncomfortable. If you want transformation, that means you are not going to do things the same way again and again and again and again. You're going to make a change. Or as Meister Eckhart said, suddenly it's time to do something new. And trust the newness. Trust that magic of newness is there. And for me, it's like, trust that when you decide to do something, the universe is going to say, absolutely yes, because you know who you are. Because you know who you are. I talked yesterday about the movie Footloose and how I came this close to starring in that movie. And when it came down to the end and they offered it to Kevin and offered me to be his dance stand-in, and I said no. Who I was back then is very different than who I am now. And what I realized when I was doing go back and look at something that really bothered you, a story you tell, and rethink it, I've always told how I was gypped out of They stole that part from me. That should have been me. I should have been, because I could have done my own dancing. They wouldn't have had to hire a dance double. Blah, 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 blah. Old story. The real truth of that was, I wasn't equal to that part. The universe kept showing me I had everything I needed to get it. If I'm going to be the second choice, I had everything to do that part. But you know what I didn't have? I didn't know who I was. I didn't have the consciousness of that part. Kevin did. He totally knew who he was. And he's proven it throughout his career. So this whole idea, the currents of the universe are there within you. But okay, that's exciting. But what are you going to do with them? And the real transformation will be you knowing who you are so clearly that you're aware of the currents. Because I don't think we're aware of them. Charles Fillmore said, all is mind and all is good. There is no separation in divine mind. I've read this quote so many times. I've heard it over the years. And just recently, when I read this, a little spark went off. And it's this: all is mind and all is good. There is no separation in divine mind. I am divine mind. I'm not just using divine mind. It's not something I pick up and use when I feel like it's time to use it. I am divine mind. There's no separation. I can't not be divine mind. I can't not be the infinite possibility of the universe. I can't not be any of that. I am always that. But do I always remember it? Those of you that raised your hands for the hard thing is remember who you are. That's mine. I can forgive everything, and I do. Things just do not stay with me, and I do love only to the best of my ability. But I forget who I am sometimes. Sometimes I think I'm James Mellon doing it all, and I forget that I am the entire universe flowing through me, and everything's available. I am always divine mind. It's like when Ernest Holmes says, you're not just the relative, you are the absolute, you are everything, living at whatever level you decide to live at. So you have everything you need, it's just what are you using of everything you need? Emma Curtis Hopkins said, there is but one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. I want you to notice that she didn't say there are many presences and powers. There is one presence. One power. And what is that power? What is that power that's that one power that is active in the universe and active in you? What is that one power? It's God. Who said love? Did you say love? Love is fine, but it's God. It's the infinite active in you, as you. That's who you are. We were talking today about the Christian churches that are also, kind of people are turning away from church. But I still see a lot of the Christian churches that are filled. I still see people going there. And I don't mean to diss the Catholic or the Christian churches or any church that teaches that you are less than. Or do I? I actually have a hard time with this. I have a hard time with anyone or anything or any organization that is telling children that they somehow need to earn the right to be who they are. That they somehow need to behave in a way that will be somehow acceptable to a deity somewhere. I have a hard time with that. My son, I always tell the story about my daughter. When I went to pick her up at church, at school one day, we did send them to a Catholic school. And Will comes running, gets in the car. He says, you should drive away quick. I was like, why? He says, Nora's up there talking to the dean of the school, brother Adam. And she said, and they're having this whole talk about our church. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Nora's like going. And I'm thinking, I'm not getting out of this car. And I'm like, and she's like, so I do. I go up to Brother Adam, and so I get there, and Brother Adam says, I didn't realize you were a minister. I said, yes, I am. he said, it's amazing that you sent your children to a Catholic school. I said, well, I went to Catholic school and Catholic high school and Catholic college. And so then he says, so Nora, tell your dad what you said today during religion class. And she was like, sure. She goes, so Dad, I said during religion class that at my church, we teach people that they are God and that there's no reason to feel less than God. And I was like, right? And I just look over at Brother Adam's like, and I said, well, that is what we teach. I said, we teach that if God is everywhere and God is everything, I wish I had remembered that it was in the Baltimore Catechism. But if God is everywhere, if God is everything, then God is Nora. And there's no reason for her to pretend she's not. But it's also up to her to live up to that, to live up to who she is. And Brother Adam just looked at Nora and then looked at me and he went, I can see why she likes your church better. He said, yeah, sometimes we get too caught up in the, in the lesser, we're all sinners. I said, yeah, we don't believe in sinners. I said, we just don't do that. He says, oh, well, that sounds great. I'd love to hear more. And I never talked to him again. But Nora gets in the car, and she's just like, wasn't that great? And I was like, well, yeah, it was. It was really good. And I think he learned something from Nora that day. But what I loved was that even in a Catholic school where they're teaching something else, she had the wherewithal and the guts to stand up and say, well, here's what we teach, and this is what I believe. But I think some of us are still carrying our Catholic selves around. I think some of us are still caught up in the not believing that there is this one presence, one power, and it's you, it's who you are. So I've never used Florence Scovel Shinn as a quote, but this is wonderful. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Isn't that beautiful? So, as I close this today, there's something that I want you to think about as we go through this month. We say that there's something back of us that has our back, that knows everything, that is everything, that there is a power for good in the universe, greater than we know ourselves to be. And we can use it because we are it. So this month, I would really love for you to go deep, deeper than perhaps you've gone before, and drop into that understanding that this power, this presence, the force that guides the stars, guides you too. Get your bloated nothingness out of the way of those divine circuits and listen. If you're going to transform, you have to first get out of the way. Step away from everything you think you knew about yourself and allow yourself to be transformed from within, from that power, that presence, that divine mind, that thing that guides the stars. Let it speak to you this month. Let it transform you. Let it show you what is yours to do. And then be gutless. Really have the guts to say, I'm willing to do what is mine to do. That's the transformation that I am looking for. Because then you can walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. Though your dreams may be tossed and blown, you will walk on. Walk on with faith in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Namaste. Okay, let's take a deep breath. It's so easy to talk after someone like Kevin sings for you. Actually, the truth is, it's so easy to talk after any of these people on this stage sing beforehand. So, if you take out your contribution today, your tithe, your stewardship, your membership, I know many of you do it automatically, but don't just pass the basket. Put your hand over the basket. Make sure you put your energy, because you already are. So just take a moment. Okay, Robbie, hit it. Circulate my love right now, circulate my love. Circulate my love right now, circulate my love. I circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. I circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. Circulate my joy right now, I circulate my joy. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Circulation, it's across the nation, it's a love vibration around the world and beyond. Circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. Circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. Circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. Circulate my gifts right now, I circulate my gifts. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Circulate. Okay, so I want you to ask you a question. Where are you circulating your energy in life? Yes, your finances, but where are you circulating your energy? Where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your attention? Where are you putting that energetic field that you are in the world? Just give that some thought, and then maybe make some changes if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Circulation, it's across the nation, it's a love vibration around the world and beyond. Circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. Circulate my love right now, I circulate my love. I circulate my love. Circulate my love. And it returns to me, multiply abundantly. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Swan, do we have any announcements? Yes, we do. Hit it.
Good morning. It is Sunday, May 3rd, and here are your New Thought Now announcements. Thursday, May 14th, it's the official ribbon-cutting ceremony for New Thought Now. Join us for a grand celebration from 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. The Global Truth Center steps into its next evolution, unleashing our spiritual potential as New Thought Now. We're turning the page, and we want you in the picture, hearts wide open. Gather with civic leaders, raise a glass, enjoy light bites, and be part of the commemorative photo that captures this beautiful new chapter. Let's cut the ribbon and step into what's next together. Next month, it's back and better than ever. Divine Dining and Doing's 4th annual Tacos, Tequila, and Trivia. Saturday, June 20th at 5 p.m., hosted by Judd Miller and Lisa Carey. This year, we're pouring on the fun with a full tequila tasting bar, only $50. 24 guests maximum, so reserve your spot today. Warning. Side effects may include laughter, new friends, and questionable trivia answers. May's theme is transformation. I surrender to my deepest transformation. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR codes you'll find on the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone and you'll go right to our homepage. Have a beautiful week, everybody.
Thank you, Swan. That was great, Swan. So, a couple things. The ribbon cutting. Lisa, where are you? Oh. So, the ribbon cutting. Please join us. There are going to be so many dignitaries here and Congress people and just
The Chamber.
The Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber.
They came in this week with Lisa and I to go through it. They were blown away. They were like, oh my God, we had no idea this existed in our own community. So it's a big deal for us.
It'll be a nice celebration. We'll have wine and some munchies and stuff. So it's going to be a wonderful celebration of our spiritual center. So please
And we want
join
you
us.
in the picture
Yeah.
because there's going to be a big picture of me with those big scissors cutting the ribbon, but I want everybody here around me too. So please come join us. You'll have a lot of fun.
The other thing, so
Taco.
right after service today, the thing about tacos, trivia and tequila, it's for only 24 people. So that is a limited event. So, and it fills up pretty fast. I'll be out in the breeze out in the lobby here afterwards. If anybody, I encourage you, sign up fast. Those spots will go. That's
Yes,
it.
and for those of you at home, we're also doing a taco, tequila, and trivia
Which will be probably in June. I got to get
in
scheduled
June
with the
in
Neebs
Palm
if they're watching.
Springs.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing one in Palm Springs as well, so don't feel bad. We are doing one in Palm Springs. So, okay, kids, come on up. What you got? Hi. Hello, guys. What's that? You brought the right drawing. That's good. It's all yours.
All right, so today we talked about transformation and what it really means,
Okay?
which is what? Who remembers?
It means like when you transform. It's when you like change
Yeah.
into a different thing.
Yes.
I don't know.
Transformation is when you go from kind of hiding your true self into being your true self.
Oh, yeah, good answer. Goes from hiding your true self to being your true self.
Exactly. So, like a caterpillar is actually a butterfly. That's my caterpillar.
Okay,
I'm better at drawing,
that's kind of cool.
right?
How does it turn into a butterfly?
Well, he's gonna. That's next.
Okay.
All right, but you guys have some really cool art. So,
My artwork is about like growing, sort of.
Can I hold that? Can I hold
yeah.
that up?
Because it's a lot of nature in it, and nature changes and it transforms. Because nature is small and then it grows bigger. And yeah,
Wow.
that's my transformation.
That's great. Okay.
Mine is to thrive.
I'm going to hold it up with the light on it, okay?
Mine is to thrive because it's a cherry blossom. It
Oh,
thrives in color and lots of color and even more color. If you want more color, just go to the cherry blossom.
that's great. I love that your cherry blossom
Has color.
has color, but it's also dropping onto the ground
Lots of
and
color.
adding
Lots of
color to
color.
the bottom too, right? It's adding color to the ground too. Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yes.
Okay, what's yours?
Mine are earrings because earrings.
Did you make these?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's great. Okay.
So mine are earrings because when I wear earrings, they make me feel bold and feel proud of myself. And about the transformation, I transferred it from just a boring hoop into dazzling earrings.
Okay, I think that's good. But do you have pierced ears?
I did, but they closed up.
Okay. So did I, and mine is closed up too.
I was making a caterpillar, but I didn't finish, so I have this mini one.
This is a mini caterpillar. Oh, wow, it's very colorful.
And
so it's
it-
going to turn into a great butterfly.
Yeah, it's gonna transform into a butterfly.
Okay, and yours?
So mine is like I used the colors of the hungry caterpillar because I thought that was cute, and it's on the leaf. It's not done yet, but because like
beautiful.
a caterpillar transforms into a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
So
What's the red?
the red is the head because it's the hungry caterpillar.
The red. Oh, it's a redhead.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Okay, thank you. Give it up for the children, especially the big child over there. Yeah. Up, 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 up. Yes, right. Okay, everybody. From who you are to, what was it? From transformation is from hiding from who you are, changing from who you are hiding to who you are being. I love that, being your true self. That's cool. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. COD today, please, is Brad Kiefer. Don't overwhelm him. He's right here in the meditation room, so join him for some truth. Just give me some pretty music, yeah. Who I know myself to be pretty much dictates everything in my life. I am who I am and what I am because of what I believe about myself. And I know that for myself and for each one of us. And so what I believe and what I absolutely know is that there is the divine knowing itself as each one of us. And that we make choices that fulfill that divinity, that fulfill that pure possibility and potentiality. I know that this month brings transformation in ways seen and unseen, known and still being discovered. And I just get out of the way and let the rest of this day transform each one of us brilliantly, beautifully, peacefully, lovingly. I just let it be so as we say together, and so it is. So I invite you to stand. So we're going to close this month with this, because it makes perfect sense for transformation. So you think there's nothing new under the sun. If it's possible, it's already been done. If you think this stage has all been set, think again. You ain't seen nothing yet. The sun will come up with the wave of your hand. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. Mindy Schinnerer.
So you think you finally made your bed?
I did.
Well, there ain't nothing down that road ahead. If you think this is as good as gets, how you wanna bet? Hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. The sun will come up with the wave of your hand. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. Believe it, you will see it. And you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. The sun will come up with a wave of your hand. You're smack dab in the middle of the promised land. It all turned out just the way that you planned. Believe it, you will see it. Believe it, you will see it. And you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing.
Have a great day, everybody.